everybody. In this week's video, I am going to be talking to you about how to make business decisions in your property portfolio rather than personal ones, because it's very important that you are thinking long term rather than getting angry by the things that happen in the short term, making flash decisions and then really compromising how your property portfolio performs. So what do I mean by this? Well, you can often get frustrated if you've got a handful of properties that you are managing on a daily basis and you've got tenants who are calling you up. They're saying, get out here, this has gone wrong, or someone's lost a key, or any number of things that have happened, and you can be thinking, wow, I absolutely hate this. So you can be trying to put your tenants off calling you. Alternatively, you could be trying to really quickly dispose of a couple of properties because actually you don't like how it's going, what's going on, and the time that it takes you to manage these places. I get it, it can be really stressful. But if you're getting overwhelmed by this, you are looking at it from a personal viewpoint rather than a business viewpoint. As a personal viewpoint, you are thinking to yourself, this property portfolio is taking up all of my time, there isn't any boundaries to what time tenants can get in contact with me, and you know what? Is it really worth my hassle when I actually want to be out with my friends or my family? I want to be able to turn my phone off. I get it. You do not want to be on call 24/7, but you do need to be thinking about the business strategy behind what you're doing when you are thinking, quick, stop all of this from happening. I don't want this to be part of my lifestyle anymore. Your main role is to be looking after your tenants all of the time. Your tenants are your customers. That's where you're getting your monthly income from. And you also need to be making sure that you are maintaining your properties, because again, they are your assets. Hopefully they're going to keep going up in value, and you want to be making sure that they are always really well maintained, looked after, and preserving that value. So in you saying to your tenants, stop phoning me, stop telling me about every little issue, essentially what you're saying to your tenants is, number one, I don't really care about you or what's going on, which makes them think, well, I've got a bad landlord, so why should I bother paying the rent on time, or why should I be bothering to make sure that they are informed about what is going on in the property? And number two, what you're doing is you are basically saying, I don't care about the small stuff. But here's the biggest thing. If you don't attend to that dripping tap, or if you don't attend to that small puddle of water, that could keep growing. And if it's on a first or second floor, that could cause ceilings to come down, which is so much more expensive than a quick 15-minute visit with a plumber to get that resolved. So what you need to be doing instead is you need to be thinking, okay, my property portfolio is my business. Ultimately, this is going to provide for me throughout the rest of my life. And I need to not be looking at my short-term annoyance, I need to be looking at my long-term gain. Then what you need to be doing is making sure that you are writing down exactly what it is that annoys you about your property portfolio. What is it? What do you not like doing? And then say it's that your tenants contact you all the time. Well, how about you say to them, I'm contactable by phone by these hours, and then after that, you can get in contact with me by email and I'll pick it up the next day. One top tip of advice is that you can employ emergency out of hours call handling service. This is a couple of pounds a month and they will pick up the phone to the tenants and identify what's happened and send out a contractor to stop the problem. Now, you can give them a limit of the maximum amount they can spend per property per call out. And then what happens is, come the morning, they pass it back over to you, and then you can go out and fix the problem with your contractor in the cheaper day rates. So that's one thing that you could get in place. The other thing is that you can organise that directly with your contractor. You can say, if you're a 24-hour contractor, I'm going to give my tenants your contact details, and if they call, you can spend X on a job and just go out and stop the problem. So you need to be thinking from a business sense how you can do that and what is going to work really well for you and which contractors you can trust. The other thing that you can do is also start thinking about what it is that you enjoy about property management and what it is that you don't enjoy. Write that down. Spend a little bit of time really focusing on that And then start outsourcing the jobs that you don't enjoy. It's as simple as. And okay, it might cost a little bit of money, but you know what? If it's not interfering with your life, then surely that's a good thing. And you also need to be thinking about how you can maximize and maintain capital value. Of course, you are getting an income from not only your rental, but also your assets increasing in value. So do make sure that you've also got a plan in place so that you know, actually, I'm going to fix X, Y, and Z every single year. You're making that business decision. So if this year, for example, you can't afford a new boiler, but you can in 2 years' time, then you know that that's already in place. I want you to be strategic here. What I don't want you to be doing is thinking, wow, this is going wrong in my property portfolio and oh my God, I've got to fix it now, making rash decisions, because that is only solving the immediate problem. You always want to be thinking from a long-term angle. That's your strategy. These assets are going to set you up for life. So you shouldn't be getting annoyed at the fact that actually, you know what, you've been called out 5 or 6 times by a tenant, you can't stand it anymore. Why not think, okay, you know what? I'm going to actually put in place tenants that I like, that have a really good track record with previous landlords, and that I have a really good relationship with, because that's often easier to manage as well. So you do need that tenant selection strategy too. All of these things do make sure that you're thinking about your property portfolio as a business, and they will really, really ensure that your property management process is so much easier. That's what you've got to be doing, making sure that you're switching all of the things that drive you mad, putting it into business sense, making sure that you're constantly reacting to any problem, but you're doing it in a calm, well-mannered, well-thought-out way, and it will revolutionize the things that annoy you in your property portfolio. And trust me, there is a service out there in this industry for everybody. If you want someone to go and inspect your property, you can. If you want someone to do any of the management, picking up the calls, there's that. You've just got to write down what you don't enjoy doing and making sure that you find someone who can do it for you. So I hope this has been a really useful video for you, and it's given you so much help and advice. And if you've loved it, I want you to like it below and follow this YouTube channel, because there is going to be more bite-sized advice available every single week. Also remember to come on over to ncrealestate.co.uk, where there is so much property investment goodness from me, and make sure you join our Facebook group, Property Investment Mastery, where you can join in the conversation too. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this video today. I cannot wait to catch up with you again soon.